Offsite funds are warming up. Bitcoin Carmen is waiting to see whether the market will soar or plunge next. The $3.3 trillion budget drives Musk crazy. The Independent American Party embraces Bitcoin to find a new path. July market is full of suspense. Trump becomes the biggest variable in Bitcoin market. A whale that has been dormant for 14 years suddenly wakes up. Will the $8.6 billion Bitcoin stir up the market? 3 years of lockup in exchange for a 10-year UAE golden visa. Is this TON operation really reliable?
On Monday, July 7th, BitcoinTV English channel, Where is the Coin Chain? I am Michael. Let's start with the 24-hour data headlines of the currency circle. As of today, data from DeFi Llama shows that the total market value of stablecoins has soared to $255.662 billion, $2.075 billion more than last week, an increase of 0.82%. Big Brother USDT still sits firmly in the leading position, accounting for more than 60% of the market, with a market value of up to $159.464 billion, and it has increased by 0.59% in 7 days. USDC is closely behind with a market value of $61.908 billion, and it has increased by nearly 1% in 7 days. Ethena USD has been a bit miserable recently with a monthly decline of 9.73%, but it has stopped falling and rebounded slightly in the past 7 days. The most powerful one is Sky Dollar, USDS, which has directly increased by 13.90% in a month and began to squeeze into the top 5 stablecoins. To put it bluntly, the more the market value of stablecoins increases, the more money is quietly flowing into the digital asset market. Spot trading has been sluggish recently, and Bitcoin has also been jumping up and down, but stablecoins are quietly accumulating, indicating that OTC funds are still warming up. Everyone is holding back and waiting for the market. Once a breakthrough occurs one day, this wave of stablecoin funds may become the spark that ignites a big market. CoinGlass's liquidation heat map shows that Bitcoin is currently hovering around $109,500, as if hesitating at the door to enter. There are a lot of short positions at $110,575 above, and there are $1.862 billion waiting to be liquidated. If it really breaks through, the shorts may be wiped out and the market will soar. But there are bulls at 106,691 below, and 3,043,000,000 are holding it back from falling. The embarrassing thing is that the middle range of $107,000 to $109,000 is almost empty, and no one is holding the market. If Bitcoin turns around, it may plunge to $107,000 in an instant. Now the market is stuck at a critical position, and whether it breaks $110,000 is the key. Rushing up is a carnival, and failing to break through may be a pin-shaped dive. No matter how bullish you are, you have to control your positions after all. No one can bear the crazy market. In the past week, Bitcoin has risen from $105,000 to nearly $110,000, but the flow of funds in the exchange is as quiet as a cat walking. According to CryptoQuant data, as of now, only 536 coins have been net outflowed from the exchange, which is much quieter than the grand occasion of 10,000 coins running away in a day in early June. This also shows that around $109,000 to $110,000, the main funds are waiting and watching, and no one is in a hurry to rush into the market. In addition, as long as Bitcoin exceeds $105,000, the outflow will obviously decrease, and there will even be a small inflow occasionally, just like the market is exploring the way. But if it falls below $100,000, especially in the range of $97,000 to $100,000, funds will immediately rush in to buy like sharks smelling blood and quickly withdraw the coins and leave. This also shows that everyone regards $100,000 as a steel-like psychological defense line. In general, the market is still in a stalemate stage. The high-level buying is not too strong, but there are a lot of funds waiting to buy at the bottom. If you want to get on the train, don't rush to go all in. After all, this market can go from a roller coaster to a free fall in one day. Please like and follow us to sort out the latest developments in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and mining circles within 24 hours. Click the little bell to join the channel and become a member. You can get the member wealth code from Monday to Friday. Trump and Musk, who used to be as close as friends, are now completely broken up. Trump recently fired a shot on Truth Social, saying that he would cut all government contracts for Tesla and SpaceX, and also clamored to send Musk back to South Africa. Musk is not a pushover either. He immediately created an American party and did not plan to run for election in full, but aimed at 2 to 3 Senate seats and 8 to 10 House seats, intending to be the key minority in Congress who can turn the tables with one vote.
Recently, Musk officially announced the creation of the American Party. The trigger for the creation of the American Party was a strong dissatisfaction with the status quo. A few days ago, U.S. President Trump signed a big and beautiful budget of up to $3.3 trillion. Musk strongly opposed it, believing that the huge debt will drag down the country. He has repeatedly publicly criticized the two-party system for corruption, serious party disputes, and difficulty in reform. He bluntly said that the two-party system is broken and hoped to break the deadlock through the American Party to bring fiscal discipline and political transparency.
I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion. It really seems to have been developed for two parties. Third parties have never worked.
This morning, a user asked him on the X platform whether the American Party would support Bitcoin. Musk said bluntly that legal currency is hopeless, so of course he supports it. This statement immediately sparked heated discussions on the internet. After all, the decentralized nature of Bitcoin coincides with Musk's political proposition of breaking the monopoly of the two parties and pursuing freedom. However, some people believe that this is more like a means of voter mobilization to win votes from young people and liberals.
Musk just announced that he would set up the American Party, but Tesla's night trading stock price taught him a lesson, falling by more than 7%. Many people complained that Musk's political career was too conflicting with his main job as CEO, and that he could not take care of Tesla's shareholders and employees. However, for Musk, this is not just a simple attack on traditional finance. He is expressing his political stance. In his eyes, the US dollar and the old financial system are no longer reliable, but decentralized and anti-monopoly Bitcoin has become his new favorite. It is not only money, but also a symbol of power should not be monopolized. The market has been very quiet recently, with trading volume falling to a 9-month low and volatility not seen in 21 months. Although there are a lot of big things coming up in July, it looks like the market may still be in a typical lazy summer state. Trump is still the big troublemaker in the market, continuing to affect everyone's risk appetite and driving the price of Bitcoin up and down. There are many events in July that Trump may intervene in, such as the big and beautiful budget, the expiration of the tariff buffer period, and the deadline for the crypto executive order, all squeezed into this month. In the past 4 years, every July, either good news or bad news came knocking, but prices were mostly able to hold up and many traders simply went on vacation and were too lazy to watch the market every day. Can it be different this year? Maybe everyone is just thinking too much.
Looking back at 2021 to 2024, July has always been one of the quietest trading periods of the year, although there has been no shortage of big news that shook the market. Today, the spot market continues to shrink, with the average daily spot trading volume in the past 7 days being only $2.18 billion, a new low in nearly 9 months, and the 7-day volatility has also slipped to 0.79%, the lowest level since October 2023. CME futures premiums continue to be sluggish, and leveraged ETF fund flows are more than 35%, less than the 30-day average.
Trump is not a passerby to Bitcoin. In 2021, he called Bitcoin a scam many times. Although the overall impact was limited, it brought short-term fluctuations each time. In 2024, his attitude was repeated during the campaign. In March, he said that crypto represents free choice, and Bitcoin rose from 67,800 to 70,200 US dollars. In May, he criticized the vague supervision and said that if elected, he would review it, causing Bitcoin to fall more than 4% to 63,000 US dollars. After sitting in the White House in 2025, he announced crypto tax reform in February, and Bitcoin rose nearly 5% to 99,600 US dollars. In May, he said that some crypto projects threatened national security, and Bitcoin fell nearly 5% on the same day to 98,400 US dollars. Although Bitcoin is only 5% away from its historical high today, the market is in a wait-and-see mood. Trading enthusiasm is low, and leverage is not there to be added randomly. In a weak market, holders of coins should hold steady and don't rush to go all in. Trump's remarks have become an important variable in the Bitcoin market, and everyone is carefully watching his next move.
Bitcoin's black swan appears? The giant whale moves away. 80,000 Bitcoins cause riot. Toncoin surged 12%. Is Tioan Golden Visa a good investment opportunity or an immigration gimmick?
Do you remember the Bitcoin whale wallet that has not been moved for 14 years? It suddenly woke up 2 days ago, shocking the market. On-chain data shows that this guy moved 8 wallets under his name at once. The first 2 addresses received 20,000 Bitcoins as early as April 2, 2011, when Bitcoin was only $0.78 per coin. The other 6 addresses received more than 60,000 Bitcoins in May, when the price was only $3.37. Now, the total 80,009 Bitcoins in these 8 wallets have all been transferred to 8 new addresses, and each new address has 10,000 Bitcoins. According to the current currency price, this batch of Bitcoins is worth about 8.69 billion US dollars. Although these coins have not yet flowed into the exchange, the entire market is watching, fearing that they will crash the market in the next second.
The market is closely following the movements of this ancient whale because the 80,000 Bitcoins he holds are too amazing, equivalent to 13.4% of Strategy's total holdings and about 6.35% of the known Satoshi Nakamoto addresses. As for who this whale is, there are different opinions in the community. Coinbase executive Connor Grogan said that this whale may be a single miner in 2011. In many English communities, many people speculate that this person is Roger Ver, an early Bitcoin evangelist known as Bitcoin Jesus.
Roger Ver, known as the Bitcoin Jesus in the currency circle, entered the market in 2011 and was the savior when Mt. Gox had an accident. In this big whale drama, everyone is not only concerned about who he is, but also what he wants to do next. After all, if this guy really sells off, the batch of Bitcoins that have been dormant for 14 years and have increased by more than 100,000 times will be enough to make the market drink a pot. No one can tell why he is holding on to this money, but even a die-hard fan of Bitcoin will find it difficult not to feel itchy in the face of this astronomical figure. Now, these 80,000 Bitcoins are like a black swan nuclear bomb that may explode at any time, stuck in the throat of the bull market. The UAE Golden Visa is the ceiling of the identity world. Not only can you enjoy 5 or 10 years of residence, visa-free entry to 174 countries, but also personal income tax, capital gains tax, and corporate tax of only 9%. In addition, Dubai's business environment is among the top 10 in the world. The quality of life is high, and the housing prices are cheaper than those in London and Hong Kong. This visa is simply a dream pass for high-net-worth people. Getting it is like a fast-forward button in life. It was not easy to get this card before. You either had to buy a house or fight for a high salary, and you had to invest 540,000 US dollars at any time. Now Ton has released a big move. As long as you pledge Toncoin, you can apply for a golden visa, and the entry threshold is directly reduced by 80%. This wave of operations really makes crypto investment and immigration a flower.
The TON Foundation recently launched a UAE Golden Visa program. Toncoin holders can pledge $100,000 of Toncoin, lock it for 3 years, and pay a $35,000 handling fee to apply for a 10-year UAE Golden Visa. The annual yield during the pledge period is about 3 to 4%. The approval process only takes 7 weeks, and there is no need to prove a home purchase or high income. Immediate family members can be brought along, and there is no additional expense except for government fees.
The 10-year Golden Visa provides numerous benefits, including long-term residency in the UAE, a hub for business and innovation, opportunities for entrepreneurs and investors to establish a presence in the region, a stable and secure environment for Toncoin investors, strengthening the Ton ecosystem.
As soon as the news came out, TON soared 12% to $2.89, and the 24-hour trading volume soared 250%. But the next day, the 3 major regulatory agencies in the UAE ICP, SCA, VARA joint statement. Golden visas are only for real estate, entrepreneurs and outstanding talents, and crypto investments are not counted. VARA also reminds TON tokens are not registered in Dubai, so be careful of illegal advertising. It fell back to $2.84.
It is no wonder that before the official statement, Zhao Changpeng, the founder of Binance, had questioned that he had not seen any official statement from the UAE. Joe Hedgehog of Sigil Fund pointed out that this looks like a commercial operation of a third-party law firm, and the pledge is more likely to reduce market circulation rather than government requirements. In addition, some people question that if there is a problem with the smart contract during the 3-year lockup period, or the price of the currency is halved, the invested funds may be lost. Others complain that the $35,000 handling fee is not cheap, and suspected that this may be a pull-up technique under the banner of immigration. After all, Ton's price has still fallen by more than 60% in the past year. At present, although the 3 major regulatory agencies in the UAE have clearly refuted the rumors, the Ton Foundation has not yet made an official response.
Binance founder Zhao Changpeng revealed in an interview that Binance made about $1 billion in its first year, mainly concentrated in the 3rd to 7th months after its launch. U.S. President Trump said that any country that allies with the BRICS anti-U.S. policy will be subject to an additional 10% tariff, but did not explain the specific meaning or details of the so-called anti-U.S. policy. According to data from the website of the Ministry of Finance of El Salvador has increased its holdings of 8 bitcoins in the past 7 days. Its current Bitcoin holdings are 6,230.18, worth more than $679 million US dollars. According to market sources, Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey launched a decentralized chat app called BitChat, which is based on a Bluetooth mesh network and features offline encrypted messaging, censorship resistance, and a maximum transmission distance of over 300 meters. According to Nansen data, the top 5 public chains in terms of active addresses in the past 7 days are Solana 23.451 million, BNB Chain 10.596 million, Base 870.8K, Tron 6.133 million, Aptos 4.021 million.
Okay, the above is the main content of today's program. Our channel focuses on valuable news in the currency circle, chain circle, and mining circle. There are news information and in-depth special reports. If you think our channel is valuable, you are welcome to forward and follow it. You can also become our member and receive the member wealth code from Monday to Friday. Let us become rich together and add a zero to our assets in the bull market. See you tomorrow.